What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I know you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another Divine Alignment Light Code message. And as you can see on the screen, it's all about 855 and why you keep seeing it. So the number 855, which reduces down to 18, which reduces down to 9, have been popping up in your reality lately. I got you covered. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, right? And so when these numbers pop up, obviously you receive your call to adventure from the universe within you, right? It's all about leaving no stone unturned. We all have our purpose and mission, life path that we have to fulfill, right? So the universe is going to line you up with the right people, place, and event to support your growth. So they're going to use any means necessary, right? So these are like subconscious messages from your higher self, so to speak, so to help you navigate on your own hero's journey, okay? So you can do things for yourself, all right? So what had happened was, right, as you grow through your own personal hero's journey, you're going to meet people like myself sharing their true ups and downs, the things that work, the things that doesn't work, and the things that really helped me level up on my hero's journey, which are these 7 hermetic principles, which are the 7 laws of the universe. Whether you know it or not, we're doing these things each and every day, okay? So why not get a better, understanding, understanding how to apply these principles into our lives so we can have that balance that we really need, okay? Instead of operating on blind faith, these 7 hermetic principles take the guesswork out of navigating, okay? You're gonna bump your head, you're gonna make a couple mistakes, okay? But you'll figure out what works and what doesn't work best for you, and then you'll find your own sweet spot versus relying on somebody else's knowledge, okay, and experiences. So with that being said, that way you're going to skip some levels. It's going to lead you to your anatomy. You're going to learn more about nature. You're going to trust your own intuition. Then you're going to learn more about these different energy, frequency, and vibration. You're going to learn more about the cosmos, right? And also the sacred geometry with everything, and also these numbers, okay? And then you're going to realize each and every day is nothing but a lesson and a test for us to pass, okay? And these situations, these scenarios will keep coming over and over again. Some of you guys may need to learn about money. How does money work? Where does it come from? How can I generate my own money? Some of you guys may be learning about your health issues, right? Like what's the root cause of these issues? So there's a root cause for everything. And once you go, do the reverse method of finding the root cause, you'll be able to, balance your own polarities out and cut out the middleman, so to speak, and that'll tap your butt into your own Christ consciousness, okay? So with that being said, let's talk about this 855. I'm gonna get you out of here, right? So underneath all the layers, you are a divine light being having this experience as you, all right? We are different, reflection of each other, basically. I'm here to help you, level up and share some, some additional tools to put in your toolbox that's going to really help you out. So, as you navigate in your own matrix reality, all jokes aside, okay, I highly take in consideration using your personal day calculation, right? And why this is so important, because basically you setting your intentions with the universe. So a lot of people don't know where to start. Okay, let me set my intentions by doing this, right? You can say many different ways, okay? But with these personal day calculations, basically for me, it basically builds some structure, and it sets a theme, for each and every day, and it's going to walk you through the manifestation process. So that's how I look at it, okay? So, and it all ties into the 7 hermetic principles, the universal laws, okay? All right, but it's up to you. Do your own research, test things out for yourself, and find your own sweet spot, okay? So for the sake of this presentation, this person, month and day, you're going to take the month and date of your birth, add it to the current date. For the sake of this presentation, this person added up to a master number 22, right? In which, when you're dealing with these numbers, which let me slow down, which reduces down to the number 4, all right? When you're dealing with these numbers, it's all about, leaving no stone unturned, investigate every number as you reduce it down, okay? So we got the 2 2s, right? So you see it's all about double union, duality, balance, intuition, okay? And then over here we got cooperation, balance, and the power behind the throne, okay? And then we lead to that 22 dealing with what? Peacemaker, diplomacy, healthy energetic boundaries, and divided guided relationship. Then we reduce that down to that number 4, and remember that number 4 dealing with having some goals, some plans, some structure for yourself, right? This will be a good day to write down any ideas and do some research, okay? So the thing for this person, for this number 4 vibration for the day, it's all about having some goals, some plans, some solid foundation, doing a little research. That way you can have some form of structure, all right? And then dealing with that, you're going to have some kind of order, service, practicality, some discipline. It's going to, you know, have you develop more self-discipline, and you'll be more reliable because you have a system in order, okay? So let's talk about the 855. So when it comes to the 8, all right, you know, with this number, it's all about earning wealth. Wealth come in various shapes and forms. You know, the right people, place, and event to show up, like myself, sharing some cheat codes like these 7 hermetic principles. Well, you know, these are some things they should teach you as soon as you come out the womb, okay? But they don't on purpose. But I'm sharing my experience with you. So with the 8, you got earning wealth with the right people, place, and event, okay? So it may call for you to, you know, have a position of authority, power, and then it also going to remind you about giving and receiving, okay? And then with that double amplitude of that number 5, it's all about strategy, okay? So, you know, to get that, you know, with this earning wealth, it's all about having a powerful strategy that's going to lead to the next step. So you got that with this vibration here, you got 1 and 8, okay? Because when you add this up, it equals 18. So it's letting you know, like, hey, you're going to have to, you know, take the initiative to get things started, okay? So it's all about setting your intentions, and it's going to call for you to take, you know, some self-leadership, which leads to that number 8. And then with that, you're going to be in a higher form of authority, power, and then it's going to call for you to give and receive. You may be, you know, sharing some knowledge, some wisdom. You may be helping a person out to, you know, to show them how to do things for themselves, you know, self-empowerment kind of deal. And then leading with that number 9. So when you add, you know, reduce everything down, it reduces to that number 9. It's just letting you know, like, hey, you've been through quite a few ups and downs. You learned a lot of lessons, you know, through your past experiences, that which led you to the point where you're at right now. And now you are way shower. You know what I'm saying? You are speaking from experience. You're not speaking from just book knowledge, right? You actually walk the talk, okay? And you got the t-shirt. So this is all about completion too. So you ended a cycle, you know, you sharing your ups and downs, okay? You know what worked, what doesn't work. And the next phase, you know, you're going to start adding some new tools in your toolbox, so to speak. All right. So when it comes to the 855 vibration, and why you keep saying, remember, material items going to come and go, but knowledge itself is more important and longer lasting. Okay. If you don't learn anything else, please learn these 7 hermetic principles. Going to take you far. There's a good side, not so good side to everything. Remember, okay? But also, please, you know, learn to balance your divine masculine principle, masculine and feminine principle within you, okay? And a lot of people been preconditioning programmed to focus on certain aspects in these different principles, so you're not able to balance yourself out. And a lot of these things can, you know, stem from the root cause with, you know, lack of knowledge of these 7 hermetic principles and lack of knowledge of self. Okay, so when it comes to this vibration, 8 is the number of self-confidence, authority, giving and receiving, integrity, also self-reliance, right? Abundance, right? Abundance of the right people, place, and event to help, you know, give you some cheat codes, or to share just their experiences so you don't do the same mistakes over and over again. Okay, but you got to test things out for yourself. And then that also, that number 8, you know, relates to what? Universal spiritual law of karma. Okay, you know, cause and effect, giving and receiving. And then with that number 5, it's just letting you know it's all about new opportunity, choices, decision, and then major changes are coming your way because you've been putting in a lot of good work, and you've been growing, you've been taking risks with that number 5, and you've been learning a lot of lessons. And so with those lessons, you go get that experience, right? And we've been talking about that wisdom, right? And then it's going to lead you to a lot of resources. You know, the resources come in what? Right people, place, and event to get you to the next step. It may be a book, okay? It may be a lecture, you name it, but it's going to lead to your freedom and adventure. All right. So when it comes to this 855 vibration, and it's going to keep popping up over and over and over again until you acknowledge it and start figuring out, okay, this got to be, you know, a message for me to, you know, take heed to something. Yeah, take heed to, you know, figuring out what this really means for you. Okay. But when it comes to the surface level, these are my own personal takeaway when it comes to this vibration. So when this number pops up, be aware of the coincidence and the synchronicities appearing in your life at this time, as they are or they presenting as a guide and to assist you, also to bring you an opportunity that will advance you on your path. Okay, so when this number pops up, it's not by accident or coincidence, right? Everything happened in divine timing. So also when this number pops up, you know, it's all about synchronicity, and that links your outer and your inner worlds in ways that suggest there is a hidden force or order in the universe. Okay, that divine essence, right? So in ways in the universe. So, but there are some things that are just meant to happen. Okay. So, but my biggest takeaway is just be intentional on all levels. Okay. Set your intention, know where you're going. Okay. If you don't have a plan for your life, you plan to fail. So it's all about getting those results. So when you plant that seed, test things out, see what works, see what doesn't work. Okay. Refine and repeat the process. And then also it's letting you know, hey, positive changes are taking place regarding your income earning capacities. Okay. Cause you got that 8 followed by the number 5, these, changes in this number 8 vibration, whatever shape or form. Okay. People, placing the event. All right. So this is letting you know, your income earner capacity, financial aspects of your life are going, to increase. Just be patient there. Trust that these changes will bring about some wonderful outcomes and results that will ensure a continued flow of abundance in your life. All right. You are great at what you do for a reason. Keep going. All right. You are headed towards substantial changes in your life. In time, with hindsight, you will recognize them to be a blessing in disguise, because everything you've been doing, whether you realize that, it's not a big step, because a lot of people, looking for the big finish, right? No, those little steps are going to compound over, right? And before you know it, you're going to see that manifestation before your eyes. Be like, oh my God, wow, for me? Yeah, for you. You've been putting in that work, right? So you are well loved and supported by the universe, and to remind you to hold on to your faith and trust as you go through the necessary changes, okay? So some restraints and constraints will be shed to enable promotion and advancement of some sort. So, you got to, let go of certain things to move up the ladder. Okay. So sometimes that can be letting go of, the wrong people, places, and event that have been slowing you down, and to replace them with the right people, places, and event to support your growth. Okay. So with that being said, success is going to keep, leaving clues, and people going to be like, wow, I see you growing. Reflection, exactly, because you've been putting in that work, and then it's your job to point them in the right direction, with at least with a reference, okay, and these 7 hermetic principles. Okay. But when my biggest takeaway, when this number pops up, and it will continue to pop up on your butt, be sure to write all of your new ideas down, and be aware of your thoughts. Okay. All of your thoughts, words and actions during that time frame, everything has a spiritual meaning. Okay. But write things down. You'll be amazed. You'll be able to start to piece everything together in your own way. Okay. Because again, there's no cookie cutter recipe, but this has been my own personal takeaways when it comes to this 855 vibration, which reduces down to 18, which reduces down to 9. That means that, hey, you are the divine humanitarian, selfless, idealist, compassion, completion, universal love. You lead by example, because you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, okay? And you also can point people to a reference, okay? So with that being said, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I really appreciate you. We'll be back with 911, okay, in our next presentation. And if you know Earth is a school, as always, our purpose and mission require learn a whole bunch of life lessons, right? To gain that experience and knowledge for our soul grow. And as you grow, you're going to help people to help themselves by at least pointing them to a reference, right? So they can at least have some kind of starting point, so they can get that, gather their own perspective and start piecing things together, so they can see the whole picture instead of just the slice. All right. So we'll be back with our next presentation soon. Take care of yourself, love yourself. Until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.